Hi everyone! So what I wanted to do for you today is a drugstore or supermarket review and tutorial. So as you know, I'm a huge fan of Younique makeup. However, with planning an amazing wedding and honeymoon, we need to be a little more budget conscious with regards to our spending. So after getting some reviews from yourselves is to review the Rimmel range. So that is the Rimmel Wake Me Up Foundation Anti-Fatigue with Vitamin C in the cover Ivory 100. And I've got the, again, Rimmel Wake Me Up Anti-Fatigue with Vitamin C in again. So this one is Ivory 010. Then, of course, it's a crime not to prime. I have the Rimmel Lasting Finish Primer. So this one is in 004. It's day proof, pore minimizing and evens skin tone. I'm gonna be applying all that on with the Real Techniques blending bud. This one is called Base. So I've already used it once and taken my makeup off to do it again for you. So yeah, so this is what we're gonna do. Stay tuned, guys. So what I like to do is I like to start off just to, like I said, even though I've taken my makeup off and that I've done already, I like to prep my skin just with a makeup wipe. So this is 3-in-1 makeup removal wipes. They are paraben free, they contain vitamin E, aloe vera and chamomile. I actually get them from the pound shop, but I'm one of those people that something doesn't have to cost a lot of money in order for it to be good. Just to make sure the hair is kept off of my face. I know it's not particularly pretty looking, but it does its job. As you would guess, first of all, I'm going to do the primer. So I know there's a debate. Do you put your primer on first? Do you put your primer on after? Me personally, I like to put my primer on first. It makes my foundation last a bit longer, fills in any lines or wrinkles that you might have, and obviously that allows your foundation to sit a lot smoother onto your skin, which is my main reason in having primer. So it all depends on what you want to use your primer for, really, but that's the reason that I use a primer. So anywhere that you think you have little lines or wrinkles going in, just do that. And I like to use a little bit and then a bit more if I need it, rather than a great big bit and then waste it. I don't think waste is a great thing, to be honest. So yeah, so I'm gonna put that all on so it's a nice smooth base. And again, different schools of thought on this. Some people say that you should put your foundation on straight away. I follow the school of thought that you should let it settle onto the skin so that it can fill in all those lines and wrinkles, if you've got any, or blemishes, or just give it a chance to just settle into your skin a little bit. Not a lot, I'm not talking 10 minutes, I'm not talking a long time, I'm just saying you don't have to rush to get that foundation bottle. And again, with makeup, I believe it reacts to your skin and your heat and your body chemistry. So I always like to put it on my skin first, let it warm up a little bit on the back of your hand, just so it can settle, start to react to the heat. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dot it. So I'm going to allow my blending bud to actually blend it in, not just apply it. Obviously these blending buds do take some of the product in, so obviously if you've got it on the skin it's less likely to, because it's going to be spreading that out rather than anything else. So I just spread it a little bit with my fingers first, and like I said, all this time it's reacting to the heat in my skin. Take the blending bud and start blending that out. So as you can see, I'm getting into the creases, right up into the hairline. Don't make that mistake of not going up into your hairline and then you put your hair up in a ponytail and then you have a coloured band over where it would be So this is all blending in. Now this foundation is very buildable. So if you want a heavier look, you can go for a heavier look. If you want a more subtle look, you can go for a more subtle look. Me personally, I like foundation to even out my skin tone, but I don't want to look like I've put it on with a spade. So this really does do the hard work for you. I'm not rubbing, I'm not using any fancy techniques. I'm literally just blotting it on, just blotting my skin. So I do like to take it down the neck. So that's going to match in. See? So that's what I like to do. Now, as you can see, it does give you a very dewy effect. So if you do like a little bit more of a matte effect, then of course you can set that with a setting powder. Rimmel do a really good one called Stay Matte. I personally like the translucent one because I'm a big believer in buying the shade of foundation that matches your skin. If you can't get a shade that matches, then obviously you can have one that slightly lightens or slightly darkens with yellow or pink undertones. So whichever suits your skin. I put my concealer on afterwards. The reason that I do that is because I'm trying to conceal areas. So I believe that if you put your concealer on first, the foundation's going to go on top of that and it's going to move it away and spread it out. Which, if you're putting concealer on, it's because you want to conceal something, and so you want that to be on last. So I do like to just lighten. So just naturally put that in just there, just to lighten up that area, and obviously under the eyes. So again, different people want different amounts. I personally don't need to have loads come out. I know some people have said, oh, but it takes so much to get some off of your brush. It doesn't. I'd much rather it be this way than take tons of product off that I don't actually need. So again, just bringing some light just to the top, just for a light highlight, and just underneath my eye. Again, I'm doing this all with one blending bud. I'm doing this all with one blending bud. So just check that's all nice and blended underneath, which it is, and then just on my chin, just there. And there you go, that's the base done. To create my makeup look, I'm going to show that you don't actually have to have lots of different brushes and palettes to create your look. So I have gone, because it's a summery day, and I wanted to do a gold look. I am using the Naked palette. Now this is the original Naked palette by Urban Decay. Now this palette I bought in America in 2013. I use it an awful lot, and look at how much I still have left. So please bear in mind, yes, they are expensive, but they do last an awful long time. You can also see what my favourite colours are because they're the ones that have gone the most. But yes, they are expensive, but they are an investment. So I would say, you know, I can't even remember how much this was because I don't have the outer packaging. I'm going to start off using the colour Virgin. If you can see that, so that is Virgin there. So I'm going to take this and I'm putting this along the brow bone at the top. So this is going to add a little bit of a shimmer up to the top, just to open up my eyes a little bit and add a little bit of a interest. So what I do is I come in, so I'll show you an angle, so in from here all the way along and just extend just past the eyebrow there. So that makes the eye quite a lot of a longer line, which obviously just trick other people's eyes into thinking that your eyes are much more open. So I'll also take this and dot this right there next to the tear duct. So it's just a little bright spot just there next to the tear duct, into the tear duct. And you see how it just opens it up? So I have hooded lids, so I have to create any optical illusions that I can. So I'm just going to clean that off on a wipe. Okay, and then next I'm going to go in, so I want some colour. So I'm going to go in for my favourite colour, which is Half Baked. So that's Half Baked, that's that one there. So I'm going to take that one, and like I said to you before, because I have hooded lids, I'm actually going to go above the crease, not just in it. And I'm actually going to cover the whole of my base in this colour. So the whole of my lid, and then I'll go over the top of my lid just by the lash line in another colour. I love how Urban Decay is so pigmented, or pigmented, depending on how you say it. But I just love it. It really gives you a pop to your eyes. Of shimmer there. So now you can use the brushes wet or dry. So this is the normal Urban Decay brush that comes with the palette. So then I'm going to go with Toasted. So I'm going to go with Toasted and put that just along my lash line. So again, this is all with the same brush. We've not used any other fancy brushes or anything else. It's all with the same brush, just along the lash line. To go along the lash line and then just go into the lashes a little bit. Just go in a bit closer for you. So that you can see. So I'm trying today the Avon True Colour Super Shock Max Volume Mascara. So like I said, I've never used this before. I took the wrapper off just before. So it's got quite a thick wand, but it seems quite easy to apply. So obviously this one's meant for adding volume. I usually use lengthening mascaras, but I thought, being as I'm trying to do something a bit more budget friendly, why not use Avon? Give them a try. So I think you can see I've got some length in there. I really do think it helps to frame your eyes a bit more though with longer lashes. And I'm just going to finish the look off with Nivea's Pearly Shine. So this is technically a tinted lip balm. But I like that it just gives you a little bit of a colour. So this is my natural beachy type look for you. So there you go. Thank you guys. Bye.